Atari. The name itself brings back a flood of memories for so many of us. We remember the wood-grain consoles, the clicky joysticks. We recall the simple, addictive games that kept us up late into the night. But Atari was so much more than just a video game company. Long before the PlayStations, the Xboxes of today, Atari was a pioneer. It was a trailblazer in the world of personal computing. The company dreamed of bringing the power of a computer into every home. It wanted to transform our living rooms into digital playgrounds of creativity learning. This is the story of how Atari computers captured our imaginations and left a permanent mark on history. In late 1979, Atari unveiled its first ever home computers to the world. The Atari 400, the Atari 800. These machines were something special. They were built like tanks, designed to withstand the chaos of a family home. The Atari 400, with its unique membrane keyboard, was marketed as the affordable, kid-friendly option. It was nearly spill-proof, a genius move for a device aimed at families. The Atari 800 was its bigger, more powerful sibling. It featured a proper, full-travel keyboard, and more memory expansion slots. This made it the perfect choice for serious hobbyists and programmers who wanted to push the limits of what a home computer could do. What made these computers truly shine was their custom-designed chipset. Atari's engineers, many of whom had worked on the Atari 2600, Antic, CTIA, GTIA. These chips gave the Atari 8-bit line their secret sauce. They allowed for amazing graphics and sound that other computers of the era just couldn't match. Colors were vibrant. The computers could display many moving objects on the screen at once. Player missile graphics. This made them perfect for games. In fact, playing games on an Atari 800 felt like having a mini arcade machine right in your room. By the mid-1980s, the computer world was changing fast. 8-bit gave way to 16-bit power. After the 1983 video game crash, Atari's next chapter began. The company was sold to Jack Tramiel. Tramiel's motto, "Power without the price." Build a powerful 16-bit machine that undercut the Macintosh. That became the Atari ST, a bold new start. 520 ST, released 1985, a marvel. It used the Motorola 68000 processor, a crisp monochrome monitor for desktop publishing. It ran the GEM graphical interface. GEM, Windows GEM, icons, GEM, mouse, easier than command line systems. The ST was a game changer, powerful and affordable, nicknamed Jackintosh. The ST's kingdom, music, built-in MIDI ports included. MIDI lets instruments and computers talk. Previously, home studios were expensive and complex. ST made it simple. Plug keyboards right in. Sequencing, Cubase sequencing, Notator became the heart of home and pro studios in the late 80s and 90s. The Atari ST marked Atari's peak, innovation and value unmatched. Despite the incredible success of the ST line, the ground was shifting under Atari's feet. The world of personal computing was becoming a battlefield. The competition was fiercer than ever. On one side you had IBM-compatible PCs. They were becoming the standard for business. Thanks to clone manufacturers, their prices were dropping rapidly. The sheer volume of PC software for productivity and business tasks was overwhelming. On the other side was Apple. Despite higher prices, Apple had cultivated a fiercely loyal following. Creative markets, educational markets. Atari found itself squeezed in the middle, struggling to define its identity. Atari also faced a powerful rival from its past, Commodore. The battle between the Atari ST and the Commodore Amiga became one of the great platform wars of the late 1980s. The Amiga, with its custom chips, boasted superior graphics and sound, especially for games, and for video work. The ST had a high-resolution monochrome display, and MIDI ports. The Amiga could display 4,096 colors, and it had an advanced multitasking operating system. This rivalry split the market, forcing developers to choose which platform to support. It created intense debates in schoolyards, and in computer clubs around the world. In a final valiant effort to reclaim its position at the cutting edge, Atari launched the Falcon 030 in 1992. This machine was, by all accounts, a technological powerhouse. It featured a faster 32-bit processor and a sophisticated digital signal processor, or DSP, that gave it incredible audio and video processing capabilities right out of the box. For musicians and video editors, the Falcon was a dream machine, capable of direct-to-disc audio recording, a feature that was pretty much unheard of in a consumer-grade computer at the time. It was a glimpse into the future of multimedia computing, a truly forward-thinking piece of hardware that showcased the brilliance of Atari's engineers. Unfortunately, the Falcon arrived too late and was met with a market that had already moved on. The dominance of the Wintel, Windows plus Intel PC platform was nearly complete. The economies of scale meant that PCs were becoming more powerful and cheaper every month. The Falcon, while technically brilliant, was a niche product in a mass-market world. Atari, facing financial pressures and a shrinking market share, made a fateful decision. In 1993, just over a year after its launch, the company stunningly canceled the Falcon and shut down its entire computer division to focus all its efforts on a new video game console, the Atari Jaguar.